I'm gonna time myself. Let's say 2.5 hours. All right, so I've kind of gotten a process down, so I'm gonna show you what I've been doing for the molding that seems to work. All right, so the first thing that I've been doing is taking this guy here and running him along the top. And usually I do everything about 2 to 3 times. So this is getting rid of some of that caulking. You can see it's beading up, and that's because it's that plasticky caulking. I guess I do it more than 3 times. So then you can see that stuff just wipes away. And then, well, I might work it over the areas that are still a little bit beady and wipe it away. Then I take, on this angle, I go downward. And this you gotta do pretty slowly so that it doesn't slip. So that's that. And then I do it this way to do this part with that crack. And that gets some of that curve. Oops, and that's what you don't want to do. Then I'm taking a little bit of a harder, this is like a 60 grit or something, and I'm buffing this area to make this smooth. And then I'm going to take this and go along this. It's a sponge, so it will mold a bit. I don't want to do that too much because see, I'm wearing down on that edge. And I could do that edge last, but I just found this works the best. And then the last thing I do is take this, because then I can sand out. My radial sander won't get this low, so I can sand out the areas that I've edged. And I can do one more sweep on the bottom because it's a lower grit. And then I've been taking this rag and just wiping it so that when I wipe it, it's not full of dust. And it's decently smooth and it's good enough for me. So I've been doing that all the way around the edge. This is tape here, so it's actually catching the dust and I can vacuum along that before I paint. Here we are, 2 hours and 42 minutes, 40 something minutes, and I finished the walls. Everything's sanded. It's ready to paint the bottom molding, which goes actually really quickly, and I'll show you that real quick, and then we'll let it all dry. Well, I'm gonna do 2 coats on the bottom. Let it dry, do a second coat, let it fully dry, and then move stuff in. So in a couple of hours, I should be ready to move stuff in, which is super exciting. I ended up painting like I sanded too much in the closet and I ended up making another coat on there, but I didn't edge the top. I just edged the bottom because it was wicked quick. So it is good enough now, but because I get overwhelmed by things piling up, it's a mixture of wood filler and paint. I'm going to finish picking up all the paint stuff from, we had some spillage even though I had a liner in here. So I'm going to clean up the paint from the walls, get the paint ready for the edging, and it goes really quick, so I'll show you that. I got my color here. I got an almost empty can, and I got a full can, and this is the Pro Classic interior trim and doors from Sherwin-Williams. Here we go. Hey guys, it's me from the future. I just wanted to pop in and say thank you for coming back to watch my videos. I will be showing you momentarily the final reveal of this craft room, and I just filmed it. It's what it looks like today, and my hard work definitely paid off as far as transforming this space to a fresh start with repairing all the damage and making it a clean slate. That was a little bit longer than 2.5 hours, but it is done. It is not perfect. There's a couple of spots that I was like, but it is done and it is clean and it is going to dry, and then I will be able to move on with my life. So this was a learning experience here. I ran out of the tape that I really liked to troubleshoot painting down to the carpet without getting it on the carpet. So I used just clear packing tape and it did not work well. Not only was it ripping when I was trying to peel it up, it seeped like through it to the carpet somehow, and it's okay. But I wouldn't do it like that ever again. Now this tape is carpet tape. I think it's for like theater, taping down like cords to carpet, and it works great. It gets expensive because it's really hard to reuse in different parts of the room. I guess you could if you let it dry completely, but a lot of the times I just got new tape. But it works seamlessly if you do want to put it under the baseboards. I used a putty knife to do that. All right, guys, here is the finished craft room reveal. So as you can see, I painted this built-in bookshelf. I have a bunch of stuff on there. I am not organized in here, or things are kind of organized in the sense of they're put in the same area, but they're not necessarily in great systems. I have this monstera that has absolutely thrived in here because I have this great window here with a beautiful view of my property. I have my garden out there. See, the chickens are free ranging right now. I got a screened in porch, but this is about the craft room. So I have my drawers here with all my craft supplies, and then this desk and more supplies down here. I got my paper cutter and my son's craft supplies, which is who uses this room for the most part. I use it for storage, and he actually uses it and sits down here and does craft projects, which has been really great. And here's the closet, which is on its own light, which I love. And yeah, lots of stuff in here. And I know where things is, which is nice. I just could probably minimize a little bit. Got things hung on the wall. And as far as the details, you can see the trim turned out beautifully. You know, there are some errors but it looks great. Overall, it's really clean and fresh. And you can't really tell a lot about the things I was worried about because, sorry, I'm trying to make sure the brightness is all good. You can't see a lot of the issues I was worried about because there's other things to look at. I haven't put up a lot of decorations in here, but you can see the lines are really crisp and clean. But my bookshelf turned out really good. All the lines really cleaned up well, and it's great. So I'm really happy about that. I have this wardrobe here, which is storing some kitchen supplies. It's kind of acted as whatever I need it to be, whether it be clothes. It's trying to kind of transitioned through me living here, but I was gonna do shelving in the kitchen, but for now this works. And with I have some tech stuff in here, like cord ties and things like that. Cleaning towels down there. Yeah, so it's worked great, and it's fine for now how it is. So yeah, I am very happy with how all of the rooms in this house turned out, but this is the room that I wanted to give you a real life current update on how it came out, and probably how it will stay until I move out, honestly, except for maybe some decluttering. It's hard because when you're in seasons that you're not doing a lot of the crafts, people have different opinions on, if you should get rid of the stuff or if you should keep it. And I kind of did that when I moved from my parents' house and we had to sell my childhood home. So I'm quite happy. It's a small room. Yeah, I'm happy with how much stuff I have in here. I just wish it was organized a little bit better. This is how the room turned out. I'm really happy with it, and there needs to be some more organization, but honestly, with the new adventure coming up in house building, probably going to leave it as is and maybe declutter a little bit along the way, but not invest too much time in systems. But let's give you a little bit of a sneak peek about some of the final videos that are going to be coming up in my rewind house vlogs of the kitchen, because that transformation is hands down the most incredible of this whole house. Do you want the electricity off?
Nope. No need. Demo is one of my specialties.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So here's the kitchen in all of its glory. Beautiful, huh?